Hello, welcome to CragMentor. We're here to help climbers reach their peak performance. So we're going to ahead and introduce a team. I'm Matt Lewis. I mostly worked on the back end and the Crag algorithm.
My name is Derek Marion. I primarily worked on the deployment of the application.
My name's Halsey Philbin. I work mostly on the front end side of the application.
My name is Michael Tomato. I mainly worked on the Google Maps integration and Places API integration.
My name is John, and I worked on the front end development.
So we'll get right into our app demo. This is CragMentor.com. We're here to help you discover prime climbing spots tailored to your climbing level. We'll go ahead and log in and create an account. We'll just input our email and a super secure password. And we'll sign up. So here we're directed to the dashboard. From here, we can go to create a pyramid. So here we're directed to the generate pyramid page where we can create a training pyramid. And we'll just input our goal bouldering grade, which in the US is represented by the V scale. It ranges from V0 to V17. And the numerical progression represents an increase in difficulty. So V0 is the easiest and V17 is the hardest. We'll go ahead and put in our location, Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's lots of great bouldering there. And we'll put in our search area, 50. And we'll go ahead and create our training pyramid. And just like that, we've created a personalized training pyramid, and that's based on our location and goal grade. Each of these links is clickable, but we'll just go ahead and save our pyramid. And we're directed to the pyramid page where we can view our pyramid again and explore all of the climbs. So let's go ahead and go to one of these climbs. We're directed to a climb page. And from here, we can go to the area which the climb is located. And we can also see on the map where the climb is located. And from here, we can go back to the dashboard and explore some more features. So here, we're able to see our most recent pyramid. In the bottom left there, we see our best recommended crags. This feature automatically takes the data that we put to generate the pyramid and recommends crags based on the location and goal grade. Also on our dashboard, we have our favorites. So let's go explore the map and find some climbs and areas that we can add to our favorites. From here in the top left, we can search based on location anywhere in the world. So from our map, we can search for climbs and areas anywhere in the world. Let's go check out Chattanooga, Tennessee. My favorite crag in Chattanooga is Stone Fort. It's over in Saudi Daisy. You can click and explore. Yeah, let's add that to our favorites. And we can view that area and see what climbs are there. Here we have a list of all of our climbs. The photos are just automatically generated if there's not one supplied. And from here, we can add them to our favorites or view them in greater detail. And we can go back to our nav bar and look up individual areas. Let's look up Black Velvet Wall. And there it is. And if we go back to our dashboard, we can see all the climbs we've added to our favorites. Now we'll go back to our presentation and tell you more about what's going on behind the scenes. So I originally came up with the idea of making a climbing pyramid generator because when planning my climbing, I was always spending a lot of time deciding which routes to climb and which areas to go to. And I thought, I can solve this problem by utilizing OpenBeta's API, which is a database of all the climbs and areas in the world. I then used an algorithm to help sort the climbing areas based on how many climbs were within my grade level, within my difficulty. I then assign weights to the grades that were within my grade range and use that to create a CRAG score. I utilized the distance as well of all these climbs and created a score for that. I then normalized both of those scores and combined them to create an overall score. And using that, we could return the top 5 crags in our area. We also utilized that same component to build the pyramid. We took the best crags and pulled climbs that were within our grade level to build a training pyramid. A climbing training pyramid is a way to structure your climbing to maximize fun and try challenging routes to help improve your skill level. And we'll go ahead and go to Michael to explain the maps.
Thank you, Matt. I'm Michael. I mainly focus on integrating the Google Maps JavaScript API as well as the Places API. As the user manipulates and moves around the map, a boundary box with the locations of each corner are sent to our server, which then passes that information to the Open Beta API. And using one of their functions, it returns a list of areas to display on our map, which we display as little flags. And then clicking on the flags opens a little pop-up box, which the user can then favorite or view the area or route in greater detail. The search boxes utilize the Places API. As the user types in the input boxes, it sends that data to the Places API and returns a list of areas. I'll now pass it to Derek to discuss deployment.
Our application is deployed via a AWS EC2 T2 small instance, and we have manual CI and manual CD, meaning that it's necessary for us to manually test our own features that we're trying to integrate into our code base. And then when it comes time to deploy those to production, we have to log into our server, saving our application, and then pull that code down. However, we have employed best practices to ensure that there are minimal code differences between a deployed and developer version of the code base. So it is quite quick when we do want to deploy new features. Some aspirational features that we want to incorporate are containerizing our application to enhance the portability, reliability, and versioning of the system. And also that will allow us to automate our CI/CD pipeline so we can run tests and do other things automatically as we integrate changes into our code base. And I'll hand it over to John to discuss front-end development.
Hi, my name is John, and my primary focus was to ensure that our web application not only looks visually appealing, but that is also user-friendly and highly usable. So to accomplish this task, we made strategic use of 2 essential tools. We maximized the potential of the Bootstrap React framework to elevate the overall user experience. So by taking advantage of its built-in components like alerts, navbars, and spinners, etc., we created a user interface that not only flowed intuitively, but only ensured that maintenance of proper coding practices and highly quality semantics throughout our application. So additionally, we employed React icons, which provided me with a straightforward way to integrate a wide range of icons. Furthermore, I cooperated on ensuring the seamless integration of our web application with the backend, and I actively cooperated with various endpoints to establish a consistent and efficient data flow between the front end and back end systems. And it also ensures that our action closely align with the project's objectives. We use Axios, a robust and powerful HTTP client, to help our streamline data retrieval and transmission. And Hosi worked along with me, so I'm passing it to him.
Yes, like John said, I worked a lot on the front end with John and gonna go over some of the future developments that we have planned for the next version. Some stuff that we want to do is allow the users to be able to choose specific routes for their pyramid. So right now the pyramid generation is just random, but with this feature, they'll be able to personalize their pyramid. And also along with that, if a user has completed a specific route, they'll be able to mark it as completed. So that climb won't show up again in future pyramids. We also want to include a rating system so users can share info to other climbers and just give a better overall experience for everyone. Currently, the app is focusing on bouldering, but we want to expand to other climbing disciplines as well, such as sport climbing and traditional climbing. Big thing that we want to do is to develop our own API to increase the reliability of our website. So currently, with relying upon open beta for all the routes details, and we want to periodically add this info to our own database. So if open beta does get down, our users will still be able to effectively use our site. And then going into some of the challenges that we faced. One of the main things was just the front end, back end communication. With this being our first project working together, in the beginning, we just had some difficulties because we weren't always sure what everyone was working on. And this definitely just improved throughout the project, where we were able to just communicate better. So we had a better idea of what everyone was working on. The same thing kind of goes for the version control. Sometimes we wouldn't be pulling down the latest version. And then when we went to commit changes, we'd have to do a lot more reviewing on GitHub before merging it onto the main branch. Something else that improved greatly towards the end of the project was the code consistency and documentation. With the front end relying on a lot of the back end code, we were having to go through the code that they wrote and try to understand exactly what they were doing. And just towards the end of the project, we all just got a lot better at commenting our code, so it was easier for everybody else to understand. Another major issue that we faced was scope management. This is one of the more challenging aspects for any team, just because a lot of people disagreeing on different features and the importance of them. But we kind of did a great job in the beginning planning for this, and we just had to make sure that we were keeping on each other to do what was feasible in the 2-week period, so we could and decide what we could leave out until the next version is released.
Thank you everyone for watching our presentation. And thank you to the CragMentor team for all the hard work that you put in. We'll now open the floor to any questions or feedback.